Good afternoon, teacher. Today we are present the topic merger of Atlas North with Dransfield. The participants are Lupita, Evelin, and Omar. Okay, we start. Thank you for coming today. It's 10 o'clock, so let's start. As you know, today's meeting will focus on the potential merger between Atlas North and Dransfield. Before we begin, I'd like to mention that we've received apologies from Mr. Gomez, who won't to be able to join us this morning. Before we dive in, are there any comments on 10 minutes from our previous meeting?
No comments for me, everything was clear.
Same here, Lupita. I think the minutes accurately reflect what we discussed.
Great, let's move on. You have all seen agenda for today's session. There are three main items we need to cover. First, we'll review the current status of the merger discussions with Dransfield. After that, we'll talk about the financial information that's still missing, which is delaying any formal decision. Finally, we'll discuss the role of your Detroit subsidiary, which is preparing a comprehensive report that we'll receive in 3 months. Just to state your objective for today, that we want to do is gather input from all of you, align on the key open points, and clarify the next steps before your next major meeting in December in Los Angeles. If that's clear, let's move into the first item. To start, I'd like to ask Evelyn to give us an update on the financial size of the merger discussions and where we stand today.
Sure, the background to the situation is that the merger with Dransfield co-definitive of their strategic benefits. We're talking about expanding market reach, promote supply chain efficiencies, and better positioning in the northern region. However, from a financial perspective, we still lack critical data. Specifically, we need a clear picture of transfers, debt levels, particularly short-term obligations, and their latest operational costs in key product segments. Additionally, there are some inconsistency between their international projections and third-party market reports, so we need to reconcile those figures before moving forward.
Excuse me, may I ask for clarification of this? Are these inconsistencies related to revenues or operating expenses?
Good question. Our primary operating expenses, especially in logistics and raw material procurement, there's also some ambiguity around how they calculate certain overhead costs. I can explain in more detail I need.
Is that clear now, Omar?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, the second point we need to address is the upcoming report for your Detroit subsidiary, which will be critical in understanding the impact of the merger on your local operations. Omar, could you give us a quick overview of what the Detroit team is preparing?
Sure. The Detroit subsidiary is conducting a full market analysis for the Great Lakes region. They're evaluating how the merger would affect local suppliers, pricing strategies, and distribution channels. This is particularly important because some of Dransfield's key customers overlap with ours, and we want to avoid any conflict or cannibalization of existing contracts. The report we also cover regulatory risks at the state level, which could influence our timeline for completing the merger. They expect to present their findings in about 3 months.
That's very helpful. Thank you, Omar.
If I may interrupt for a moment, I think it is important to highlight that we can take any firm decisions until we receive both the Detroit report and the finalized financial data from Dransfield.
Do you think we could at least outline preliminary scenarios before December? My impression is that some stakeholders are getting impatient and want some kind of direction, even if we don't have all the data yet.
That's a fair point. I tend to think we can sketch out some preliminary scenarios, but any formal decision will still need to wait. Clearly, December's meeting in LA will be a turning point. Let me summarize where we stand right now. First, no final decision can be taken until we have a complete financial data from Dransfield and the Detroit Subsidiaries Market Impact Report. Second, well, continuing scenario planning, do we have preliminary options ready for discussion in December? And finally, your next major review will be in Los Angeles in December, where we'll assess the full package of information and hopefully reach a decision. Does that summarize the main points?
Yes, that's accurate.
Agreed.
Just to clarify, Evelyn, your team will continue working directly with Dransfield's finance team to get the remaining data correct.
Correct, we're aiming to have at least a preliminary financial reconciliation by late November.
Okay, and Omar, please ensure the Detroit team stays on track with the report so we can review an early draft before the December meeting.
Absolutely.
I think we've covered everything for today. So to conclude, we've reviewed the current status on the merger. We have agreed on the importance of financial data and the Detroit report. We'll prepare preliminary scenarios but hold off of any final decisions until December. Your next full meeting will be in LA in December, but we hold a virtual check-in if any urgent issues arise. It's been a pleasure to see you today. Thank you both for your contributions. That is, the meeting is officially closed.
Thank you, Lupita. See you.
Thanks, everyone. Talk soon.